First things first, welcome back to session, everyone, to Claws of the Tyrant. This might shape up to be a pretty short session today, since this really is sort of the make or break fight of this adventure. If you can pull through this alive, you'll have you'll pretty much very likely be able to reach safety without too many other trials or tribulations. However, this is going to be a very difficult fight to make it out of. We already have Skulkstick at dying 3 and unconscious. Mattis is wounded 1 and is currently entirely encased in quicksand, struggling to hold his breath and not die. Suri is mildly injured up in the tree with both infused vitality and iron wine buffing your blows. Ira has gotten exploit vulnerability off and thrown 2 daggers and used her wand up until this point. Now, normally, I give everyone 3 hero points just at start of session. It feels like it might sort of trivialize this a little bit, or at least sort of remove the stakes that have been building. So I've come to a compromise, and if people really feel strongly either way, we can certainly have a conversation about it. The decision I came to was to give everyone 1 hero point here. You'll get 1 on top of what you had at the end of last session, so that would bring Ira to 2, Skulk back up to 3, and Madison and Suri will both have 1 now. Should you survive the fight, you will get your remaining 2 that would last the rest of session for anything that could come up then. But I wanted to give you guys the option to reroll while still maintaining some tension at this point and not just instantly giving everyone a bunch of rerolls they can use to turn this fight around, pretty much guarantee.
Fair.
So that's what we are going to work off. We are at the top of round 6 right now. This has already been a pretty dangerous fight to you guys so far. But if no one has anything else, I figure we just go ahead and jump right on into the danger.
Let's die.
Of course, we are starting off here. Suri, it is your turn. You're about 15 feet up in the tree right now. As a reminder, anywhere it looks like hard ground is actually where the quicksand is. So the water is safe terrain to be in.
Okay. Where's Mattis on the map? I don't see him.
Over here.
There's a reason for that.
Oh, I see you're
out of sight, out of mind. Don't worry about it.
Gotcha. -5 feet. Oh, yike. Okay. So there's only one way this ends, either with her dead or us dead. And I think Suri, in her rage, realizes that. And she's going to drop from the tree.
Okay. So, do you want to try and climb down a bit first, or do you just want to drop from this height? If you drop from anywhere that's 10 feet or higher, you are going to take some damage and land prone. She specifically climbed down a bit and then
yeah,
dropped.
I think that's what you do. Like, maybe, yeah, I can.
Sure.
Yeah. Basically, like an accelerated climb in a way, because she climbs a little and then drops a little.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me an athletics check here. I believe we had the DC at 14, so 24 is the crit that you're looking for to avoid any fall damage and only use 1 action.
Here we go, starting with a 10.
That is not going to do it.
Oh no.
You start trying to look for a way down the tree, start trying to reach the bottom quickly. But like the first tree branch you grab on as you begin lowering yourself snaps immediately. And you sort of scramble to keep your position and not entirely fall. Unfortunately, on a 10, you're not making any distance down with that athletics check.
Would you leave it up to me if I accept falling? Because
If you want to just fall here, you're welcome to do so. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think she'll do that.
Okay.
She notices she's falling, and maybe like in a split second, she controls her reflex to grab onto something because she knows she needs to get down there.
Yeah, let yourself hit the floor. You are falling
Mhm.
15 feet, so taking half is going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage to you as you impact the ground. And you do land prone from that.
All right, then. And
Actually, you know what? I will give you the option here, because you are landing in an area of quicksand. If you would like to reduce the damage to 0, but sort of fall and become waist deep in that quicksand as well, which is honestly probably worse, you're welcome to do that if you think the health is more important.
no, thanks for that great option, but I think I won't take it.
Fair enough.
And then let me see. I did not have any way to get an attack out in this round, so she'll get up and move as quickly as she can.
Yeah, just chasing after
her, closing in.
Fantastic. Hey, get within that volley range of her bow and make it so it's harder for her to use it against you guys.
And out of the quicksand.
And that too. Ira, we are over to you. You have your wand in one hand, which I believe is uncharged. Actually, it might have its charge back by now.
No, I don't think I ever even used it because
you did use it, and she crit succeeded the reflex save.
Yeah.
But I believe you only used it in round 2 or 3. We'll say you have it back by now.
Well, I'm probably not going to use it.
Fair. You did. Your other hand is currently free. I do recall your last turn you had drawn and thrown a knife with it. So, wand in one hand, other hand empty.
Cool. The question: she's in a tree right now?
No, she's on the ground.
Okay, cool.
She dropped down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking run over here and.
Okay.
That does take 2 actions.
You are ending in a spot of quicksand there as well, FYI.
Okay,
Don't make my mistake.
Is that quicksand?
No, that is, I'd say that's hard ground enough. It is not quicksand.
Okay, cool. Then that's actually gonna be 1 movement in that case.
Okay, fantastic.
So then I'll go ahead and pull out a hatchet.
Oops.
Do you have 30-foot movement speed?
I started like... Oh, shit.
Because if you were here, that would have been in a quicksand space.
Okay,
so
cool.
That would only be 1 action.
Cool. Then...
We'll also say, if you're getting that close, this is, I believe, your first time entering her stench aura, because she was up in the tree this whole time. So when you get within 10 feet of her, you will need to make a fortitude save.
Okay, go ahead and... Actually, you know what? No, if she...
She smells bad.
If I can stay out of that aura,
Mhm.
I think I'd rather try that. For right now, I'm gonna...
Ooh, okay.
Run over here.
Yeah, behind one of the tree stumps.
Cover behind the trees. Can I use, like, the take cover action here?
It's a tree stump. It's not a full tree. I would say...
If not, that's
ducking
fine.
behind an obstacle does work for it. So I'd say, yeah, you could take cover there.
Instead, I'll just move and then pull a knife.
Okay.
I don't get to do anything else than that. It's just 2 moves and draw.
Sounds good. As you run over, sort of cutting off her positioning, that's actually a bit unfortunate because she was planning to run close to there. You kind of put yourself right where she wanted to go.
Well,
Oh,
Mattis!
nothing. Hey, how's it going?
You're having fun down there, I think.
That's a word.
Do you want to cast a spell?
No.
Okay, well,
Swim.
I was gonna say I have an athletics button for you if you want. A 19 just barely fails. The DC is 20.
I know. If only I had that stupid extra point in strength. Anyways, you say you have a button for me.
You don't want
Oh.
to hero point that?
No, I'm not going to point that.
This is not a. Thankfully, this is just a move action, so there's no penalty to trying again.
I just needed 13. Can I roll effing 13?
No, apparently not. Oh,
There you go.
There we go.
okay.
think
This is not
that's
something
2
that
steps,
has a benefit for critically succeeding.
Oh.
Well, it is technically swimming as an action. I will give it to you. So you manage to pull yourself up, and even sort of like boosting up as best as you can, managing to find that a slightly harder edge of the terrain. You pull yourself out to your waist. So you're still
Right.
in it, and you're about to go down a bit further, but I think that's your entire turn, Mattis.
It is. It is.
Which means it's Skulkstick's turn, and Skulk has to make a recovery check here.
Oh,
With a
no.
natural 1.
Goodbye to those 3 hero points.
Is
Yeah, Skulk is immediately going to spend all of their hero points to not die, to instead wake up at 1 hit point, and have a chance of surviving here. I think she's going to use her first action to stand up. Do you need help pulling yourself out anymore, Mattis?
Let's take a look at her athletics.
It's not good.
I mean, the only thing that she could possibly do is take some rope, give one end to me, and then tie the other end so I can't go further down.
That would take a while to do.
Yeah, like that's the only help that she can offer. And she kind of needs to get more than 1 hit point.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, I forgot you did that with your hero points.
What, spend them all to not die?
Well, I thought they just stated. I thought the vanilla rule is that they're just stable and unconscious.
No. Unless I've been doing it wrong. It should be you spend them all to wake up at 1 hit point.
I'm pretty sure it's stabilize.
It is stabilize. You are right. I've been doing that wrong this whole time.
This is a good rule. I like this rule.
Honestly, them being unconscious is probably going to save their life.
Probably, in all honesty. You know what? I'll leave it up to the fate of the dice. From now on, we will, run it correctly, but for this specific circumstance, I will go ahead and I'll just do a flat check here, DC 11. If she succeeds, Skulk will stand up and be conscious here. If she fails, Skulk will be stabilized. She will wake up. That is the last time we're going to do that. From now on, we're going to rule it properly. Man, I can't believe I've always had that wrong. I could have sworn you woke up with 1 hit point. Huh.
It's like that in Starfighter First Edition.
Well, we ain't playing First Edition now, are we?
No.
Seeing the current circumstances, things don't look good, let me tell you. I think Skulk is...
Play dead.
I think Skulk is going to have to quick... No. It's better than her athletics, but...
Yeah, no.
She is going to go ahead and she's going to make 2 elixirs of life real quick. One for her. Actually, she is going to simply quick alchemy an elixir of life and then drink it, I believe. always gotta remember how these actions work, because
Is she still prone?
we're having her use her first action to stand up. That way she's
I
not
would
off
almost say
guard.
use that. I would say use that action to take cover, but well,
You could take cover while prone, but that's really only potentially getting rid of the off
yeah, I
guard.
guess. Yeah.
So we'll stand because she's small enough. We'll go ahead and quick alchemy an elixir of life here for herself. I do allow rerolls of 1 for 1d6 and 1d8 only heals, so we'll ignore that. And get 2 hit points back. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Skulk has
I'll live
3
forever.
hit points in a dream now. Which means, unfortunately, it is our ghoul's turn. The one holding the artifact Skulk is alive. Mattis is up now. Suri is right there and is absolutely unfortunate looking. How do we want to do this? I think we're going to leave it up to the dice.
Am I still considered prone?
You are, at this point, I think technically, because you never had the action to stand up from when you fell unconscious previously.
Wait, you said Skolg is holding the artifact? I thought the...
No, I meant to say the
No.
ghoul, sorry.
Oh, okay.
That was a misspeak on my part.
So I'm half covered. Does that help me?
You're laying down, as you should in quicksand.
Yes, but half my body is underground.
You know what, Mattis? Let's see if it changes anything because she's shooting you.
Oh.
I rolled an 8 on my d8. She is ignoring Suri and Ira right next to her for now, looking at you, pulling yourself out of the quicksand and gasping for air, and she's just going to try and plug an arrow right into your open mouth.
I
don't think off guard would change that, Matt. I'm not sure any amount of cover would.
No. I'm not her prey, though. Right?
You are not her prey, but this is a bow with deadly, so it is still going to be 15 points of piercing damage to you.
All right, cool. I'm a dying 3.
And Mattis is going to, as soon as he comes up for air, immediately take another arrow and sort of be rocked back into the quicksand more.
I just want to die outside the quicksand at least.
Absolutely not, Mattis. Suffer.
Oh, I want someone to find my body at least.
Oh boy, what does she want to do from here? From here, she is going to move. I don't believe anyone has a reactive strike, correct?
You'll see.
We'll see. Oh no. She is going to move her full 30 this way.
No, I don't.
Phew. And she is going to take one more arrow shot at Ira. Suri is the only one who's actually gotten a hit so far, but Ira does exploit vulnerability and seems to have a whole lot of bullshit on her person. You also just kind of got in the way of where she wanted to go, and she doesn't appreciate that. So, unfortunately, she moved into a position where you are exactly 30 feet away, which means volley is proccing here, which is unfortunate. I believe an 11 will miss you, Ira.
That's correct.
Fantastic. The arrow thuds into the tree stump you were just considering hiding behind, bringing an end to her turn. Mattis is pulled back down to his neck in the quicksand at dying 3 and struggling. And Suri, we are back to you.
Hang on a second here. I gotta figure something out.
Yeah.
does 5 feet of movement make a difference?
Oh, does it? Could have sworn someone in this party had 30 feet of movement. Who is that? Am I crazy? Oh, Mattis has 30 feet of movement. Ah.
Okay. Yeah, there's no way around it. She's gonna have to spend two moves to get into position here.
Okay.
And then with the third one, she'll roll a critical hit. How about that?
I believe in you. Are you going for a hit or any type of like grapple or trip? Or are we just punching?
Really just a punch, square in the face.
Hey, fair
Need
enough.
Damage so bad.
You're the only one who's gotten a hit, and it was a solid hit so far.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Also rolled a bunch of crap.
A 20 just barely misses.
Whoa. Okay.
All right, saving that hero point for now.
Yeah, I think I'll be here next round still. I'm optimistic.
We can fix that. Ira, we are up to you. The school continues to deftly dodge your guys' blows while plucking you full of arrows one at a time.
I don't have like 4 fucking arrows in me.
If you're talking, you're muted, Ira.
Sorry. Double stride.
Sure.
Fall into a off-guard strike with my throwing knife. I'll go ahead and re-roll.
Using one of the hero points for that. Oh,
Fucking god. Okay.
dice are just missing by 1 so far. Oh boy. Hey, Mattis. Skulk is going to quick alchemy an elixir of life and shove it down your throat since your head is still above the quicksand.
Oh. Yay.
So, get 5 health back, please.
Oh boy.
And Ira, actually, I would have needed you before you attacked anyways to give me a fortitude save, please.
Did not.
Oh
I
shit.
did not die.
From
Fuck.
the bad smell.
Oh my. Okay, no, I guess I would have done it anyways to give Surrey flanking.
Mm-hmm. Woo! Just fine.
There's the 20.
It smells awful, but quite frankly, you've got bigger problems than bad smells.
Would have liked that at 20 on the fucking attack, but no.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm sorry. Skulk has 1 action left after quick alchemying something up for Mattis. We are struggling at this point from this distance. That's so far. Do we want Skulk getting closer or trying to... you know what? We'll have Skulk prepared to aid you getting out, Mattis. Since that might help. Unless you don't want it.
50-50, that's a 50-50 chance that she just pushes me down.
Well...
Because the DC's 20 and she only has +1.
Well, this would be an aid, so it's DC 15. She's playing to aid you, not actually help you out. Yeah. Which means she has a much lower chance of crit failing, but she could still crit fail and penalize you.
Okay, well, penalty's better than being pushed down.
Fair enough. Mattis, we are up to you. You're conscious again. Unfortunately, you're down to your head.
Yep.
Would you like that aid?
Yes, a served aid, because I need to... This is a critical one to keep me from going under again.
It's a regular success, or a regular failure, not a regular success. So Skulk's trying to help you pull out, and it's just not going well.
It's a good suction on me. All right, I'll get that athletics button.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I was waiting for you to do things.
All right.
Yeah. Woo!
Wait,
Mattis out to the waist.
All right, come on.
Pulling yourself free of the quicksand.
Oh,
Mattis
yeah.
finally pulls himself free of the quicksand. You are prone on the ground as you do so, but you are out of the quicksand. Thank
Okay.
goodness.
All right.
It has only been like 30 seconds of struggle for Mattis.
I am super beat.
And I believe you have one action left,
Focus.
actually, yes?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my options right now. Is my shield equipped? It is. But that's the same stand up, so I'll just stand up.
Sure, sounds good. All right. You're back to the ghoul. She sees you over there pull yourself out, just rolls her eyes. Just die already. But at this point, we've honestly got some bigger threats with those surrounding us. I really feel bad. Like, objectively, she should continue targeting you, Mattis, because she knows you can cast the heal spell. But I feel bad, so I'm not going to.
But she's being flanked right now.
She is being flanked right now. And she does have bigger threats, and we're going to leave it up to fate out of those two who she attacks. Suri. She is going to spend an action hunting you, and is immediately going to lean forward and try and bite out your throat, while you are slightly distracted by Mattis pulling himself free. That is a 27.
You gotta be kidding me.
Do you have any way to buff your AC here?
I wouldn't know how.
Oh.
I have no reaction.
Then, thankfully, her jaws are not deadly. And that is the minimum possible roll I could do with 1s on 2d8. For a total of 12 points of piercing damage to you.
Wow.
Boy, howdy, she does not want to remain flanked, I'll tell you that much. She doesn't want to approach there. She is going to sort of growl in anger a little bit at the situation. And she is just going to sort of jump over this quicksand and ready her bow over towards Mattis and Skulk once more. No one's in an area of quicksand right now, which means, Suri, we are back to you.
All right. Then I can move down here with one action.
Yeah.
And 2 fists, 2 actions.
Sounds good.
Technically, it's both fists each time, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, fist that ghoul. Oh, wait.
What? Yeah. Well,
Mattis. You can't say that.
It's just stone cold. I'll re-roll this.
Okay. This is where the reroll's coming.
Got it.
It turns it into a hit.
Okay.
Second hit coming in from Suri.
And this time with all the buffs.
Oh boy.
There we go.
lot of damage.
And near max damage, causing her to immediately stumble backwards in pain.
You've hit myself in the face.
Don't
Sorry.
damage yourself.
Yeah.
You're not prone, you're not wounded, you are just angry. And she's starting to look rough. She doesn't bleed, perhaps, but her otherwise flawless skin has taken on 2 massive, already swelling bruises on her face from just the 2 times you've clocked her. Skin scorched. She's not looking great.
Then here goes nothing with the second attack.
Not quite
Uh,
enough that time.
No.
She
enough.
definitely looks quite wary of you right now.
I
Ira,
would
that's going to
imagine.
bring us to you.
Okay. Cool. Well, I guess it'll be another. Ooh, actually, one. If only I could
That's a
move
full
through the
tree. That's not a tree stump.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20.
Get there.
Okay, yeah.
Get there.
I
Oh, nice.
do have to do a double move,
Yep.
but that's fine.
But you do
I
still have
guess.
your weapon drawn.
Yep.
Continuously trying to get into flanking. Oof.
I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna.
That's a hit. That
It's a
off guard
hit.
was
But
important.
barely.
Oh, hold on. No, I fucking did the. Oh, I guess the weakness will apply when
Yes,
damage
it
is mine.
auto applies.
Mhm.
So you stab her in the back as both you and Suri, seeing Manus pull himself out of the quicksand, Skulk still standing, perhaps find a second wind and immediately start getting her on the back foot here with 2 quick blows, one from both of you, bringing us back to Skulk here, who is going to
Sounds
stride
crazy, but
forward.
you have to get closer.
Skulk knows that. And is going to quick alchemy out some. Where are they? Ghost charges. Get them ready. And since she has quick bomber, she can immediately use that.
Yes.
Failing to hit because
What?
Skulk's not flanking.
But a 20 was a
she-
hit.
When
When I
Ira
was
was flanking. Foundry automatically calculates flanking in. Her AC is 21.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
Thankfully, these are bombs, so they do still deal their damage or their splash damage on a flank. So this is going to be. It is simply 1 splash damage, but hey, damage is damage.
She was weak to it.
No, she wasn't.
If only.
Skulk is going to use their last action here to go ahead and draw that holy water
Yeah.
that you guys have picked up. Mattis, you are standing. You are no longer in quicksand. It is your turn.
All right, I'm going to get much closer. And I am torn what to do here. Oh, wait, how far? 15 feet. She's probably gonna move.
She's been trying to get away every time you guys have gotten close, so she is likely to spend actions moving.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep Suri up. I'm going to do a 2-action heal. Suri, like, keep on it. You're making progress. Oh, it was almost a 2.
14 health back to you, Suri.
Okay. Thank you, Mattis.
This is going to bring us to Amelia's turn. It doesn't matter if you know her name or not. I'm going to leave it up to the dice. Because here's the thing. Any crit against Mattis or Skulk will instantly kill them because they're both at wounded 2.
Yep.
I'm going to keep this wholly impartial. I've got a D8. Ira is 1-2. Suri is 3-4. Mattis is 5-6. Skulk is 7-8. She is going to move before she shoots, but she is planning to shoot someone.
This is how I killed a plot critical NPC once.
The die was a 6.
Oh, fuck.
No! Stop it!
Was that about you killing a critical NPC just a moment ago? You want to elaborate on that?
It was a cleric too.
She is going to sort of pivot over to here, keeping around this quicksand, trying to make flanking positions harder. And she is going to not bother hunting prey because she's going to want to do other shots. And she is going to draw an arrow and fire it at you, Mattis, especially once you start using healing magic here. That's not something she can tolerate if she wants to finish this fight.
Oh, boogly hoo, miss.
It is not a crit.
Good.
It is going to be enough to bring you down,
Help.
but you're not dead.
No, that gif is very very fitting right now.
She does have one more shot. And, Suri, because you're her hunted prey, even though you're well within volley range, she is absolutely going to shoot at you.
Mm-hmm.
Blinded. What?
Which is a natural 19 on the die. Jesus. Oh my goodness.
All right. All right.
I'm... Ah. That's a pretty low roll still. That is only 22 damage. And
You still
Mattis's
stand.
healing is what kept you up.
Yep.
I think for the first time, perhaps now, she is actively going to speak. And she's going to growl out, "Just die already, would you? You're making my job much harder than it needs to be."
Why are you speaking without a tongue?
Oh, right, thank you. That's why she wasn't speaking earlier.
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason. Never mind.
Weird. How are you doing that?
She's probably going to, at that point, instead sort of stamp her foot a little bit and just grind her teeth visibly to all of you. But Suri, you're still standing because of Mattis's magic. It's your turn.
Sure. Suri charges ahead here, 25 feet to get over there out of the quicksand.
Mm-hmm.
And then strike once. And all I
That's a
need
hit.
is roll.
Every
Keep
hit
spicy.
makes me immeasurably excited.
18.
She's super bloodied at this point. Her face heavily burned both from the divine flame and the fire of the iron wine.
But the second attack is a...
Second attack is
Goodness.
not going to do it. Only really you can tell, Suri, with your experience, one more good blow is all you need to take her down. It is...
But will I live long enough?
Will you live long enough is the good question. Skulk is going to leave you for now, Mattis, to go try and damage her. She is...
My turn? My turn?
Oh, right.
Yep.
Suri also hit end turn as I did. I apologize, Ira. Go kill.
Yes.
Oh, one of my players does that to me all the time too.
I know. I've got the button.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll stride. I'll stab.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
15
Here
does
comes
not
the
do
second
it.
one. I need a 18 or above. 15% chance, baby. Let's go. Nope.
Just barely. I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
That's okay.
I thought with casting bless, but like I knew she was going to move again. So it was going to be very helpful.
She just keeps moving. She's wily.
Yeah. She's also at the edge of the map. She's trying to run away.
Yeah. Skulk is going to leave you for but a moment, Mattis, to
Okay.
run ahead and throw this ghost charge. Actually, I want to make sure she is right there, because I believe... Yeah, that's 20 feet away and 20 feet away from you. She can do exactly what she wants. She is going to... Oh, not the ghost charge. Don't want that in hand. She wants the holy water. That's what we want.
Yeah, she had it prepared.
She did draw it last turn. An 8 on the die does not do it, though.
God.
The holy water does do 1 spirit splash damage. So it is gonna damage. And with her last action here, she is going to sort of... She's going to move back to you, Mattis, and get ready to bring you back up. Mattis, you can choose to do it before you roll if you would like to just spend all of your hero points and stabilize. You can also wait until you roll, and if you fail and your dying value would increase, then you can also spend to stabilize.
I mean, there's no point in not rolling.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend that.
Yeah. So you spend all your hero points, you immediately stabilize. You are still unconscious, but your dying or your wounded value does not increase.
Yeah.
Which actually means Skulk should not have increased either, I don't think. Skulk's only gone down once. So Skulk should still be at wounded 1. Unfortunately, no turn for you, Mattis.
No turn for me.
Which does mean my ghoul gets another chance.
She's like, he stayed down this time, finally.
I know, right? She can, however, see you breathing. She can see Skulk breathing.
I'm in field of arrows.
You can see all of you breathing. And considering everyone has up until now failed, she's going to stride over here to get Skulk in her aura.
Rude. Also, that was a fatal mistake.
She actually wanted to be there because that was still 30 feet. Since that puts Suri at a distance that she can shoot you, since you're the one who's dealt the absolute most damage to her. Mattis is unconscious. You are now the biggest threat to her, Suri.
That would have to be a really low roll. Crit.
It is consistent with the 27s against you.
Disgusting.
This is the first hunt prey shot against you this round, so that's going to be a full 30 damage to you.
And there she goes.
Suri falls unconscious. I have 1 shot left, and we're going to plug it into Skulk, who's still standing nearby. Map, it's volley, but it's a 15 on the die.
Only 3 hit points. What damage? No.
It was a 1 on the die, but it is enough to knock Skulk unconscious. Which means, Ira, you are the last one currently standing. He's looking
Unharmed.
extremely weak.
Okay, so above table.
Is Ira considering running?
If Ira decided to betray the party to save her own skin, would we be okay with that above table?
I don't know. I'm unconscious.
Yeah,
Like-
I think you should do what Ira needs to do.
Because
I mean,
on one hand, she's nearly down, and like one good hit would finish it.
She's
But-
also faster than you and has a ranged weapon.
But surely she won't chase after you if you run.
She seemed pretty relaxed.
How far away is she? Okay, that's outside the first range increment of my knife. I'm gonna roll a flat check. On a 1 through 11, Ira is going to betray the party. On a 1 through 10, Ira is going to betray the party. On an 11 through 20, she'll try and finish off the ghoul.
I would point out, you tried to convince her to just leave us.
Okay. Yeah,
And she laughed at you.
true. but she is in a much worse position right now. So Ira is going to lift her throwing knife, like she's going to throw it at the ghoul, and then she's going to turn and aim it at Suri, unconscious, right next to her. And
What?
Ira is going to look at the ghoul and say, "If I do this, you let me and everybody else go. You can take that stupid artifact, I don't care about it. I just want my life. And maybe the lives of the others. Not these. I'll kill them for you. You won't have to worry about them trying to track you down with that artifact."
Are you willing to spend an action on a diplomacy check here? Or are you purely asking here?
I am willing to spend an action on a diplomacy check.
Go for it.
On a request. I don't have any hero points.
No, you don't. 17.
Okay.
She.
Ira.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. I'll let you finish.
Yeah. She looks at you. Looks at you throwing the knife, like ready to throw the knife at Suri. She can tell this is you desperately hoping to save your own life right now. You're not hiding it in any way. And even if you're trying to, she can see right through you. She's going to laugh. She is going to crack a smile despite her injuries at your abject cowardice here. And almost doubles over for a moment before she is going to straighten herself, wipe the corner of her eye with a fingernail, and is just going to make a shooing motion towards you.
Would you like me to spend an action to sense motive to see if she's like genuinely going to
If you're gonna try and figure out her intentions, that is an action to sense motive here.
Okay.
If you're just gonna take her on her word, then
no.
Honestly, she seems to care so little about you that she probably would be fine with you just running away on your own. The three most dangerous people are right here. You're willing to abandon them. She has what she came for. What does she care about some random person who's going to die to the next undead 5 trees over?
Okay. You can tell how reluctant I am. I'm gonna go for one more flat check. Okay. Ira will narrow her eyes at the ghoul and say, actually no, she's not gonna say anything. She's just, the look in her eyes is one of distrust, and she'll go ahead and throw the knife.
Okay.
Bam!
That's a hit.
That's
yeah,
a hit.
Her.
As you throw the
you're
knife.
targeted.
Even at this distance, the furthest distance you've thrown a knife so far, you wing it towards her, stabs right into her throat, a perfect shot.
Come on.
Her eyes narrow and she stares right at you, Ira. Still standing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this.
Mattis, you are stable, so there are no checks needed for you.
Correct.
Suri, you are unconscious and at dying 2. I am going to need a recovery check from you as you have no hero points, please. A regular success. You will come back up to dying 1.
Yay.
Skulkstick is going to make a recovery check and is going to go to dying 3.
What? No.
It is the ghoul's turn. She is herself heavily injured. Looking at you, Ira, and angry. She was willing to show mercy for perhaps the first time as an undead. And you decided against it. Her pride incensed. She is going to sort of stride backwards, not even rushing, turn directly towards you, focus, hunting you. Draw an arrow and casually fire it towards you.
Cool.
And with a 29, I believe that crits you.
That if she fucking low rolls on the damage, please, God, low roll
It is
on the
slightly
damage.
above average.
Nope.
For
Nope.
33
nope.
points.
I'm down.
At this point, I don't believe anyone has any hero points left to spend.
And nope.
Correct.
Even should you succeed at your recovery checks, that will bring you to stabilized at 0. You would come to consciousness in a few hours or sooner were there someone to help you.
First paw attack. The Rangers.
There is no one here to help you, though. The
Those traitorous
people
fucks.
who had followed you, that Ira specifically told to wait away, stay back from this situation. Ira told them to stay back. So they did. They don't have any ranged weapons that they could help with. They have their fists, whatever small rocks they could pick up. But honestly, seeing someone like this, who in the course of a minute, 10 rounds, 60 seconds, was able to so thoroughly dismantle all of you, injured as she may look, most of these people are cowards at heart. Survival has been, and will continue to be their top priority. No one will come to save any of you.
Can I check one thing here?
Sure.
I want to see if she would have crit succeeded on this fling magic, or if it would have done the last damage necessary.
That is a regular success.
Fuck.
If she failed that, if she succeeded here and took half damage,
Okay.
she would have lived with 1 hit point.
Oh my god.
She has 6 hit points right now.
Oh my frick-a-frack.
This is the goblin's fault for going up to throw holy water. If she will just healed me, I could have done Vitality Lash or heal.
That is true.
What is her level?
5.
5.
This was already meant to be a difficult fight on its own. The quicksand wasn't set to be a part of it, normally. But because you guys took the bait and chased after her, she lured you guys to a much more dangerous part of the forest. than she may have originally chosen to engage you guys in.
Wow.
We have one last thing we are going to do here before we fully wrap up the stories of these characters. I am not a nice man.
No, you really aren't.
There are 9
Yeah.
other members of your group still alive.
Oh,
We are
you're
going to roll for each
horrible.
of them
You're fucking
to see who may
horrible.
or may not survive the journey from here without you guys to protect them.
You are actually the worst.
I'm aware. And I'm going to let you guys do the rolling again.
No, you're the worst.
I'm going to tell you this. The DC is higher because they do not have people to protect them.
You're the fucking worst.
The DCs for each of them are going to be DC 8. So on a 7 or lower, they will not survive. I am not going to tell you the order I am going in. I am simply going to ask that you guys roll. So, we're going to go down my list I've got here. Ira, would you please roll a d20 for me? You are looking for an 8 or higher.
I'll just hit the DC 11 button knowing what we're looking for.
Okay.
Can I ask who it was?
No,
Fuck you.
not yet.
Fuck you.
Suri, would you please roll?
Uh-oh.
Of course.
Okay. Mattis, would you please roll?
That's 2.
Okay. Back to the top. Ira, would you please roll?
Yeah, I will. One moment. I want to see. Okay.
That's another. Wait, that's not right.
No, that was me, like, seeing if I had attacked her twice, if I...
Suri, would you please roll? Each of you guys are making 3 rolls total, just going in an order. Mattis, would you please roll?
Here we go.
Ooh.
Just barely.
Those.
Our final sets of rolls. Ira, please.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I'm pretty good.
Just barely. Suri, if you would please. And last but not least, Mattis, if you would please.
Nice.
Only one died.
Okay.
Who died?
They have a bunch of rangers showing them the way.
Perhaps... Perhaps because of Ira's last moment of defiance, choosing to not take the ghoul's mercy and abandon her friends, even when the ghoul did not require Ira to take the lives herself of anyone else. The ghoul followed the group as many of them did not stick together.
No.
Separating in panic, having watched what went down with your group, each of you falling one by one by one by one into the muck here in Last Wall. The goal was Velumis. That is not the only guaranteed safety, though, if Velumis itself could even be called safe anymore. Yustolo, Huradaw, Rockvel, all of them ran together, sticking as close as possible, the Brushpaw family vanishing into the undergrowth looking to, at this point, find their own way, knowing that the cause has been lost. Kleb, blinded by the skeletal crows from the other day, helped by Marco, who did not run with the others but slowed down to help Kleb and hopefully get them to safety. Out of everyone here, the ghoul's arrow found one more mark. One who was just a bit slower, who took the time to survey the area once more, try and keep track of the situation, memorize the land to perhaps report it in the future. That extra moment cost the life of Yeluva, the mother of the Brushpaw family, was the one individual to find themselves bleeding out amidst the dust and dirt here with you all. Her family, unfortunately, without her as they continue. There are many other undead here in Lastwall. This one ghoul was not the only threat that may have plagued you guys on your journey. There are skeletons, zombies, illusions, chasms, ghosts, all sorts of dangers that one could fall foul of within this region of undeath. Against all odds, though, while Yono Brushpaw and his two children grieved the loss of their family member off on their own, they will be able to survive this region for some time to come. Their home was not Yua's hope, nor the crypts beneath it, but the wilderness of Lastwall itself. And in returning home, they have perhaps the best chance of survival of anyone. Rockvel, Herda, Yastolo eventually meet up with Marco and Kleb, coming back to their senses and taking the time to search for them after everyone flees, and together, the five of them make it safely to Velimus, which, despite the dangers Lastwall faces, has thrived upon the shores of Lake Encarthen, managing to not only rebuild itself from the danger it faced when the Whispering Tyrant broke free, but to even grow stronger, becoming a staging ground for those wishing to escape from the Gravelands. It is a beacon of hope for those who are able to make it, known today as the Inheritor's Light. And for our five people, they may find a light of peace when they arrive there. After everyone reports the situation, what exactly happened, Herda Yastolo will one day leave for Absalom, taking one of the many ships leaving Velimus for a better tomorrow. In the months to come, the two of them might be found in the Precipice Quarter and other districts of Absalom, having come into contact with Watcher Lord Ulthun II and working to garner support, telling stories of what it is like to live in and survive the gravelands and the undead that stand there, bringing a much more personal touch to the Knights of Lastwall's efforts at recruitment. Marco comes to discover that his family has not left him. While one of his mothers succumbed to undeath and tracked you all down to the crypts of Yua's Hope, his other mother, Amelia, survived the invasion of Lastwall and has been living in Velumis this whole time. Unfortunately, the tragedy of what took place in Yua's Hope robbed her of her memories, but perhaps in time, with her son at her side, some of those memories may return and the two may find some semblance of happiness. Rockvel Hardbrow reports what happened to Eluna Varvatos, a high-ranking member of the Knights of Lastwall in Velumis, specifically talking about the artifact you all had, what you had been charged with guarding, and giving a description of the ghoul that had felled you all. In the coming weeks, the Knights will mount numbers of expeditions out into the Gravelands, retracing the trail of the group that survived, hoping to track down the ghoul and this artifact unsuccessfully. They will, however, manage to find your bodies.
Reanimated?
I'm sorry?
Reanimated?
No! Left for the
Oh.
crows.
Oh.
And
You.
as Rockvel informed them who you are, will bear you back to Velumis for proper consecration and burial. Kleb, the final surviving member of the Querulous Quartet, will do her best. I'd love to promise that amongst others, her future may be one filled with happiness, but even magic to restore one sight is quite expensive. Without her sister or her troop at her side any longer, I think Kleb does her best to find what joy she can in life, craft songs, and earn money. I don't think it is my place to directly comment on whether one day she will earn enough, have her eyesight restored, and live a happy life, or some other terrible fate may befall her before then.
What do they call little Berko?
But while some found safety, of the original 19 people who lived within the crypts under Yua's Hope for 6 years, surviving whilst the undead stood just above you, 8 survive. 8 people will continue to live, will be able to pick up their lives in some semblance as they move on. What I think I can say for certain is none of them will forget any of you. Your story, if not your souls, will live on. Not just in the hearts and minds of these 8, but the hearts and minds of everyone else who they will touch and who they will speak to and share their story to in the years to come. That is going to be the end of our story, though. Some people did survive. But unfortunately, the stories of Mattis, Skulkstick, Ira, and Suri do end here. Someone... Thanks, Mattis.
What?
Someone
Hey,
is concocting
This person
plans.
she can heal me.
Skulk was running quite low on versatile vials, to be entirely fair.
Yeah, apologies again. I didn't think we
No.
would run into a murder fest.
I didn't think it was going to get one-shotted on the quicksand.
Truly, I did not think the boss was going to roll like that. I do feel a little bad that she was rolling so stupidly high.
But it's an extreme encounter even without the quicksand, and then the quicksand turns it into just certain death for...
It's a severe encounter without the quicksand for a PL +3, which is still quite dangerous. The quicksand definitely brought it up, and especially the fact that you guys were streaming in one by one as well. It was a fight that was certainly stacked against you guys.
Yeah. Had I realized she would be so hard to hit, I might have held off on infused vitality and maybe not stand on the quicksand and raise shield.
Yeah.
Though she might still crit me. So, yeah.
So I have to ask, do you have the shield spell? But no, you have an actual physical shield.
I have an actual shield that I hardly ever used. I was moving and casting.
Now we get to play the assholes.
Yes.
We
There
get to bully poor civilians.
is a force out here in Last Wall with big plans that could create some irreparable damage to the entire cosmology of Galarian should they succeed. And the ghoul getting away with this artifact definitely gets them a step closer. But there are other artifacts they need, and, well, we are going to get to play some of the people being hired to retrieve one of these artifacts in our next adventure here. But I think we are going to sort of officially call the session here, since this is the end of Graveland Survivors, and I know, Suri, unfortunately, you will not be sticking with us for the next story. It has been an absolute treasure having you at the table, really and truly. I loved the character you built. I love the energy you brought to the table. I'm so happy you played with us.
Thank you. Yeah, I also greatly enjoyed it, and I'm sorry I have to drop out, but... And I'm sorry we all died again.
No, it's nothing to be sorry about.
It's been a long time since I got to kill some player characters. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
That's why we play, right? To make the GM happy.
Right.
Mr.
Yeah,
Jericho.
I was seeing up like a happy reunion with my third character, with Max, but no, that's,
well, you can have one in the boneyard when they die too.
It's a full-on tragedy, you know.
Mr. Jericho, would you be willing to create new characters for just so we can like start?
Oh, I already have. I was going to get to that in a couple minutes. I wanted to do goodbyes and finish things up with this first before we move on. Give me a moment. Goodness gracious. You who have so little faith in
Rein in
me.
those horses.
So, ending off here, thank you guys so much for playing this first adventure of Claws of the Tyrant. That's what this is called with me. Graveland Survivors, as it was called. Truly, we did our best to survive. We lost friends along the way, and in an effort to save this artifact, unfortunately, victory just barely slipped through your fingers. And now our enemies are going to be all the more powerful for it. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.